In this video, I'm going to show you how to import a floor plan image file and trace it. I opened a new blank file, and first it is important to set the correct units. To do this, go to the Unit/Scale button. Select the unit you need and click OK. I choose the unit centimeters here since my floor plan is drawn in meters. Next, go to File in the top left of the screen and then choose Import. Here, I select the option Scan Wizard. As you can see, the Scan Wizard name is not correct here. This will be fixed in a future version. If I had a scanner connected to my computer, I could import a scan of a floor plan directly here. If I have an image of a floor plan, I can import it by clicking on Load Drawing and then selecting the corresponding image. Here I already see a small preview of the floor plan. With Open, I can import the image into my file. First, I need to click forward in the software and can then make various adjustments for the image. For example, I can change the color, the contrast, or the brightness. Then I click forward again and I can align the floor plan here. For example, I can rotate it 90 degrees to the left, or 90 degrees to the right, or 180 degrees rotate. It is also possible to mirror the plan horizontally or vertically. I don't want to make any changes, so I click forward again. In the next step, the dimensioning of the plan is set. To import the plan at the correct size, I need to trace a segment of the dimensioning. I will now draw the segment for 1 meter. I first click on the one side of the dimension boundary and then on the other side. Then I can enter the value that is shown on the image and accordingly enter 100, since in my file I selected the unit centimeters. This is an important step to ensure the plan is displayed at the correct scale. I now click forward again, and in the last step I can edit the snap points. I leave them as they are and click on Complete. Now the plan is imported and appears in the Layer Management under Stored Floor Plan. This allows me to show or hide the plan at any time. Since I want to trace the plan, I keep it visible. First, I trace the exterior walls. To do this, I go in Construction Mode to the Wall tool. On the floor plan, I can see that the exterior wall here is 36.5 centimeters thick. I now select a wall from my catalog and adjust the thickness if necessary. I can do this under Wall Width. Here, I can enter the thickness manually or adjust with the arrow keys. The selected wall already has the correct size, so I will not change anything. I turn off all snap point functions as I want to draw the walls freely, without snapping to a specific point. Now I begin tracing the exterior wall. If I see that the snap point is on the wrong side of the wall, I can change the position of the snap point by pressing the W key. This lets me determine whether the snap point is on the right exterior edge, in the middle, or on the left exterior edge. Then I can either trace the wall along the underlying drawing or enter the value directly that is shown in the dimension chain to obtain the exact length of the wall. To do so, you can press the Tab key and then enter the value. In this case, it is 7.365 meters. After you entered it, you can press the Enter key and the wall will be drawn. However, the function only works if the coordinate display next to the mouse is turned on. I can toggle this function on or off here at the bottom of the screen. I am going to draw the next walls freely. Next, I want to draw the interior walls. If there is a distance missing in the dimensions, I can draw my own dimension chain. For example, I want to know the distance between this interior wall and this exterior wall. I will now draw my own dimension chain. To do so, I go to the Dimensions tab and select the Distance tool. I can place it with 2 clicks, and using the mouse, I can drag the dimension to the desired location and place it with another click. Now, the total measurement of the distance between the two walls I was missing is displayed. Another method is to draw guidelines to create a reference point at the location where the wall should sit. For this, I first go to the 2D Elements tab. In the subcategory Guide Elements, I then select Guide. Next, I need to set a point where I will place my guideline. For example, if I move the mouse over this wall, you can see a red dashed line. I select the inside face of the exterior wall and click once with the left mouse button. With the mouse, I can then set the orientation and then enter the value of the distance that the wall should have from the other wall by pressing the Tab key. I then select another wall from my catalog and, if necessary, adjust the thickness. This wall is 24 centimeters thick. I change the thickness to 10 centimeters. And then click at the point where my wall should start and draw it according to the picture. If I right-click on the image of my floor plan, I can move it to the foreground via Edit. And of course also back to the background. In this way, it is also possible to import site plans or larger plans of properties, place them under my floor plan, and draw my floor plan on top of them. This is a simple and quick way to digitize a floor plan.